Menage, internet porn.
Okay, guys, we're my next segment I have for you are in honor of the political season, since it's almost over. We want to get through the political stuff and get it done. But I had one segment I thought was really particularly kind of interesting, and that's great political films.
Oh, yeah.
Now, some of the things I've seen listed as great political films I thought were not great political films.
Inherit the Wind.
But things like that's not really a political film. But what are some of the great political films that you can think of?
About the Manchurian Candidate.
That was number one right there, the Manchurian Candidate. And you know what? Manchurian Candidate was not released. You know when it was scheduled for release? It was, I think it was scheduled for release during the Christmas season of 1963.
Oh, yeah.
Lyndon Johnson.
Kennedy had just been assassinated.
Right.
Yeah.
They actually did not release it. The first time the Manchurian Candidate was ever seen was on television. It was never released in theaters. Arnold Schwarzenegger had a movie that never got released in the theaters. Didn't he? Something about bombers and all that kind of stuff in New York. And something involved like the Twin Towers or something like that. Never got released.
They figured it would give somebody ideas or something.
Well, actually, what had happened was that it was supposed to be released right around the time of 2001, September 2001.
Oh, okay.
All right, how about Primary Colors? You guys remember what that was all about?
Was that Travolta?
It was not Travolta. Yes, it was. Yeah, it was.
Playing Bill Clinton?
Travolta playing Bill Clinton.
Right.
And
That
actually,
was pretty good,
it was
actually.
very good. Actually,
Yeah,
I thought it was very good.
It's been swept under the rug as a joke about Bill Clinton, but it was very good.
It was a very, actually, I think it was a reasonably honest portrayal of the problems that Bill Clinton presented for his campaigns.
Mr. Smith Goes to Washington.
Mr. Smith Goes to Washington's on the list.
I watched it in my U.S. government class.
What about, it's not truly political, I guess it would be. What was that one about the wag the dog?
Wag the Dog's on the
Wag the
list.
Dog.
Wag the Dog's on the
Charlie
list.
Wilson's War?
Charlie Wilson's War didn't make the list.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't
That's
seen
why.
it either. Citizen Kane.
Arguably,
Rosebud.
was his sled. That
Most
was the name of his sled.
That's the name
I just
of his
saved
sled.
you 2.5 bootless hours.
the last words from his lips. Why does he got to say? What does this guy have to say after all the incredible things he's done and been through in his life? Rosebud. He missed his sled. It was the one time in his life that he was happy. When he was a little boy and he had a sled called Rosebud. The rest of his life was spent in these vicious pursuits, which he was very good in, but it never made him happy. It's considered by many critics the greatest movie ever made, Citizen Kane.
Huh.
And it stars who? Dickie? Orson Welles. Orson Welles. And who is he playing?
Citizen Kane.
William Randolph Hearst.
Really?
Yep, he's playing Hearst. All right, how about this? Patriot Games.
Oh, excellent movie.
Yeah, I think that's a bit of a... Well, it's political, I guess.
With Tom Clancy has a little bit of politics in it, but...
Now, I don't think this next one is a great movie, but I did like it very much, and maybe it's because I'm a big Kevin Costner fan. I thought he dealt with this issue of political responsibility in a very even-keeled way. Even though, you know, Kevin Costner is clearly probably on the political left, he's probably a Democrat, he tends to vote that way, but he's reasonable about it. He doesn't think the other side is full of evil people.
He doesn't come flaming.
No, he doesn't get it. He just begs to differ.
Well, I mean, look,
And what is the movie? It's really a very good film if you've never seen it.
Swing Vote.
Swing Vote.
Oh,
The
yeah.
one where they
yeah,
don't
yeah.
show in
Right.
the end how he votes, but the
Right.
whole presidential election comes down
That was very
to
good.
one man.
But both sides were treated with a lot of respect, I thought, and I thought, you know, Kevin Costner would do that. Although I may wind up disagreeing with a lot of things politically, Kevin Costner is someone on the left I would shut up and listen to.
Yeah.
I said, okay, what have you got to say? Because you know, remember one of the things we said about this show when we started it is, you know, why don't you, don't forget, listen to the other side. Sometimes
Be
be reasonable. Sometimes they make good sense.
Yes.
So just listen to them. You'd be surprised how many things we actually agree on. It's not the end we disagree on often, but the means. All right, how about this? Clear and Present Danger.
I thought it was good. I thought it was an excellent movie.
Yeah, I wouldn't have put it on the list. It was a good movie. Okay, I'll go along with it.
Clancy's
What was
always
that
good.
one that Tom Clancy did where the where they had the nuclear bomb blows up Baltimore?
The Sum of All Fears.
What a piece of crap that was.
That was absolutely
A
horrible.
piece of crap. It could have been a great movie.
Yes.
It was a piece of crap. You know why?
Ben Affleck.
Who were the people that blew up Baltimore?
The Nazis.
they had to use Nazis. They had to change. The book had Baltimore being blown up with a nuclear device by Muslim extremists. I couldn't do that, that would inflame people. So they actually filmed it to where they had Nazis blowing up Baltimore. Nazis? Freaking Nazis! It's 2002 and they got freaking Nazis blowing up Baltimore. Bite me, God, that could have been a great movie. The Candidate. The Candidate. Who was in that? You're going back to the 1970s on this one. Peter Boyle plays his political advisor, his campaign manager, and this guy comes from nowhere, who shouldn't have won and actually wins a seat in the United States Senate. Robert Redford. Robert Redford's in it, and I thought it was actually a very good film.
And
I thought Robert Redford was great in it.
In the final scene, he busts out the lights in the baseball field. Oh no, that was a different Robert Redford.
Different thing.
That's Paul Newman.
Try this, Dave.
Yep, that's good.
Was that the one where he looks like
entertaining? Not a great political movie,
Sure,
I think.
sure,
I would
sure.
not rank it as a great political movie, but it was a fun movie to watch.
Right.
And it's sort of thinking, why can't they just do what Dave does? Why have you go up there and do it? Why can't you do what Dave does? Being There.
I have no idea what that is.
That was Peter Sellers' last film. You never saw it?
What was the other one that Peter Sellers did? Where
He
was
plays a
the
guy
bomb
named
down?
Clancy or something. What?
What was the one where he was riding the bomb?
Oh, Dr. Strangelove.
Dr.
Or How I Learned
Or
to
How I
Stop
Learned
Worrying
to Love the Bomb. Oh, it was great. We already got Wag the Dog. The State of the Union. Never saw it.
Okay.
Mr. Smith Goes to Washington.
Very good.
And one more. And I thought of this one too.
All the President's Men.
All the President's Men.
I can read it.
Yeah, he's looking over my
How long
shoulder.
do we have?
That was very good. We have time. That was 1972. To my way of thinking, is when the break with conservatism occurred in the Democratic Party. You had guys who were real, tough blue collar Democrat, old yellow dog Democrats, but they were pretty conservative on a lot of issues, and it all broke in '72 when George McGovern managed to get his people on the credentials committees of the Democratic National Committee. And they said, all right, that means from now on you have to have this kind of representation. You have to have so many people between the ages of 18 and 21. You had to have so many women, so many blacks, so many Latinas. That's right. In other words, it didn't matter who won election as a delegate from wherever they came from. They wouldn't seat them. They would not seat Mayor Daley. It's one of the reasons why George McGovern walked. Because remember, Daley got up and walked out of the convention.
He's pretty democratic.
Yeah, he was a pretty damn Democratic. And he delivered the vote for Kennedy. I mean, they actually threw Daley and his people. Daley said, if you don't seat our people, we're going to walk. And they said, you don't have the right representation. So Daley and the entire Illinois delegation walked out of the Democratic convention, and they seated other representatives for Illinois who had not been elected delegates. And that is when I think the break occurred. Okay, that's it for great political movies.
I have one.
Oh, what you got?
The American President.
Michael Douglas.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why it's great.
That's a great little film, actually. Why?
There's a couple of really good
That was
moments,
a classy.
it was classy. There was a little bit of class in there. There were a couple times where you go, oh, really? Did you just? But
We're gonna get the guns. The right doesn't exist. We're gonna get the guns.
yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, the hell you are.
Yeah.
But I agree. It was very nice.
First lady in that one?
That's
There
the
wasn't
point.
one.
He was
He
a
was-
bachelor.
he
He
was
was
a-
dating.
he was a
Annette
widower.
Bening.
So
He
who was he
was a
dating
widower.
then?
Annette Bening.
Annette
That's
Bening.
right.
She was an ACLU lawyer, lobbyist. And she
Yeah.
was a big flag burner type, and of course they made her out to be a hero of the whole thing because she's real nice.
Well, they would.
That's I don't know.
That's fine. That's their movie.
There's a line that Michael J. Fox, as the White House Chief of Staff, says that stuck with me every time I watch that movie, and he delivers it very well. And he said, one of the people, I think it's Martin Sheen, as the vice president, says, it's not your job to question the president. And he says, it's not only my right, it's my responsibility.
I love the fact that he couldn't get her a dogwood for flowers, so he bought her a Virginia ham. Anyway, that's it for political movies. We'll be right back with Colbertradio.com.